Hey, I'm Lacy, and I wanted to give you a deck profile of the deck that helped me top this past regionals in Houston. So yeah, we're just gonna jump on into it. All right, I'm gonna start with my monsters, and obviously have 3 Fossil Dyna. It is important to draw into him, in my opinion, so I run him at 3. Next we have Inspector Border. These two together stop pretty much most decks. If you get both of these out together, there's really not much people can do to get these off the board unless they have a Raigeki and you don't have a response. Then I run 2 Thunder King Ryo. This prevents searching. This prevents people from adding cards from their deck to their hands, so that can stop plays. These are my Terraforming right here, Gravekeeper Commandant. He allows me to search for Necro Valley, and if I already have Necro Valley, he becomes a 2500 beater, so it's always good. And then last but not least for monsters, I have Guiding Ariadne. I use him in the Pendulum Zones. He allows me to use the Solemn cards without paying cost, and you can also use like Red Reboot from hand without paying cost. And if this card is to get destroyed by battle or card effect, like if he's a monster per se, then you can reveal three counter traps from your deck, and then your opponent picks one to put in your hand. So he's always good for that. And that's it for monsters. Now on to my spells. Even though my deck is a 42 card deck, I do run 1 day a piece because not only does it allow you to draw, it will protect you for a turn. So that's why I decided to run that. This is protection for my Fossil Dyna and my other smaller monsters that can get ran over. Moon Mirror Shield, it makes you to where you'll always have 100 more attack or defense than whichever is higher than your opponent's monster. So that way they can't just normal monster run over your Dyna, then start special summoning in their main phase 2. 2 Pot of Extravagance. 2 Pot of Duality. You'll see a lot of 2-ofs in my deck just because I feel like that ratio works best in my deck. Next we have 3 Card of Demise, more draw power. And then, in my opinion, the MVP that saved my butt more than once during the regionals is Necro Valley. This card stops Sky Striker Orcus or Thunder Dragons or any deck that just banishes to get effects off. So for my traps, I run 2. There can be only 1s. This is really good for the meta right now because most decks run a lot of the same type monsters, so this can stop plays and end turns. 2 Crackdowns. This is really good to steal your opponent's monsters and make plays with their monsters, like you can link away or XYZ, depending on what you have in your extra deck. 2 Ring of Destruction to pop cards that might be hard for you to attack over or get off the field. This is just a really good card to have. Heavy Storm Duster, 2 of those. I didn't really need them as much as I thought I would, so I might change that out for my future build, but I'm not sure yet. But that's what I ran at the regionals. And 2 Storming Mirror Force. All the Solemns. Got 1 Solemn Warning because it's obviously at 1. 3 Solemn Strikes. And 3 Solemn Judgments. These are the reason that I run the Guiding Ariadne. It just, together, it's just kind of insanely broken. Alright, now for my extra deck. I run 2 Time Thief for Doers. I mostly have cards in my extra deck for a Pot of Extravagance, but I do put things in that I might use. So 2 Time Thief for Doers right there. I run 3 Gallic Granites. This helps me search for my fossil and put it in my hand. Especially like to use it with Crackdown because if they have a level 4, I can steal their monster, and if I already had a level 4 on the field, then I can go ahead, search for fossil, then normal fossil, and then I'll have a 23 beater and Fossil Dyna on the field. Silent Honor Arc and Gagaga Cowboy. This is good for time to go into him and burn for time and then win that way if you need to. I run the Nightmare package in case someone does something like Ojama Trio and I need to get the monsters off the board. So like I said, it's mostly just for filler, but it's just in case. You never know what you might need, so. And then I side super poly, so I just have all these super poly targets. Starving Venom, Protoplant. This one's, you probably won't use this one, but like if they have super poly, it's really easy to get this card out because they super poly for a fusion. And if it's like Orcus or something, they'll have another dark, and then you can super poly them for that. Or you can just, if it's against Orcus and you have super poly, a lot of the times you'll see 3 darks on the board, so you can super poly for this one. This one is obviously the best because it only takes 2 darks. Salamangrates, you can stop plays with this one. And then Mud Dragon is really good for any other deck that has the same attribute but different type monsters. All right, for my side, obviously in this format, 3 Nibiru. I didn't really use it that much, but I did end up using it one time and it really helped. 2 Gate Blocker, just because I was scared of Mystic Mine, but I don't think I'm going to take it out because I think I should have used it in a particular case that I forgot to use it in, so that might have won me one of those matches if I would have seen it. 2 Evenly Matched, because I was worried about mirror matches. Let me get this out of the way. 3 Red Reboot with my Guiding Ariadne, like I said. It's just a really good hand trap. 2 Cosmic Cyclone. This was for Mystic Mine. It's just a good card to have to pop spells and traps, and you just have to pay 1,000 and it gets banished. And then the 3 Super Polys. Super Poly can be kind of conflicting in my deck because of Fossil Dyna, but I did have an instance where I had Fossil Dyna and this on the field, and they red rebooted me when I tried to negate something, I can't remember, and I still had 1 card in hand and this on the field, so they destroyed my Fossil, went into main phase 2 and built a board, and then I ended up super polying their board, and it gave me a win. So yeah, and that's pretty much it.